Hi everyone, my name is Leanna DeVries and I'm coming to you from Pullman, Washington, home of the Cougars, Washington State University, and this is my opinion on GMO, yes or no. I'm going to start out by saying I say yes, but I also understand no. First, I'm going to start with the no. I got my facts from gardenorganic.org, and the first thing that showed up that I've also seen personally and other family members is something called pleiotropy. And pleiotropy is the act of when altering the DNA, it changes the cell structure as well as how it interacts with other cells and their structure. So I have some family members who, when they eat stuff with GMOs in them, they have a pretty sensitive digestive system, and when they eat them, it's harder for them to break down and get the nutrients that they need without having a stomachache, without having harmful side effects to their body, just because they're more sensitive and their cells do not interact with the change cell structure in the GMO foods, as well as most do. Another reason is there are more toxins. A lot of foods that are genetically modified are modified so that farmers are able to use toxins such as Roundup, just so that they are able to keep pests and such as weeds and animals and bugs from harming their soils, their plants, etc. How I got my facts to support the yes is from bio.org. Something I always like to say is our population of the whole world is growing very rapidly, and we need to be able to feed everyone. But everyone also needs land to also build a house and make a living. And you can't have both perfectly. And so being able to provide those people with the proper land so that they can build on, as well as having enough land to produce enough food for the growing population, is really important. And using GMOs really helps that, because you are able to do more with your resources. Therefore, you are able to produce the same amount, if not more, crops on a smaller piece of land than you would have to without using GMOs. There's also less waste from the food, because some foods are genetically modified so that they do not rot as easily. Therefore, that's better for the environment if there's less rot on the foods. And you also get more from them because you can produce and harvest foods that aren't rotting, therefore feeding everyone properly. It's also better for the soil. Using GMO foods causes there to be less tilling of the soil, and when there's less tilling of the soil, that's better for the air and for the environment, because the soil intakes the carbon in the atmosphere, so there is less chance and a smaller rate of climate change. And lastly, there is more water resources, because when you use genetically modified plants, there is less irrigation needed. So there are a lot of reasons why GMOs are good, and there are a few as to why they are bad, and some people don't like to use them. So I support both, but I strongly support if your system is okay with it and you don't have a sensitive one, that GMOs are very useful, they're very good, and they are vital to be able to help us feed the population of the world. So thanks for listening, and have a great rest of your day.